we'll see how the string goes, considering we have the fluctuating.
Not good signal today.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Don't know.
Oh, good morning, if there's anyone out there.
Not yet.
Yeah, whether it's actually going through with that kind of signal.
Oh, I already checked via restream. It is going through.
Okay, good.
There. And getting it switched to, wait for it. Public on, there we go. And bring that part back up so we can see what we're doing and how the string quality is going. Now it's back to green. It's holding it green. Okay.
I know, it's getting good. No.
Red, orange, yellow, red, orange, yellow. I have no idea. It could be that it was.
Stop lights. Is red like green light?
It's holding steady at green now. Who knows? It might be that it's been a couple of days since this machine's been on. It could have been downloading some sort of update in the background, and it finished.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm cutting off pieces to throw urns today.
Urns. Cut. Just a couple of cups on it.
Yeah.
Go. Tulip chip club. Middle Eastern club.
Smaller than average Middle Eastern.
A petite little one.
A petite mug. So which one do you want to start with? They're different size pieces.
Well, we can start with the tulip chip.
Okay. So we want the 22 ounces.
Yeah.
Once I get you first like piece or two cut, then I can go down and yeah, there's 22
The weather has
ounces.
been nice.
Yeah, there's sunshine.
We have sunshine. Oh, we have warm up.
We have Happy Cat in the window there.
Oh, yes. Mix
That's it.
her
Yeah,
sunshine.
she's that dark blob
right
in
there.
the background there. That's your tail.
That's good.
She's
She's got
got
her.
her-
Oh, when I don't have.
Oh, warm water! I'm so
Look,
sorry!
that water. That was cold.
Yeah, the studio started at 44 degrees before we started warming things up. Before the sun came out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I should have gotten that water going like 5 minutes ago.
What we might want to do is change that thought. It's not noon.
Oh, yes. While waiting for the water to heat up.
It's not noon time.
No.
This is skip the board. Yes. Oh dear.
All right, so time set. And you can keep it in English. The year and the month have not changed. There. Okay, there. It's reset.
Yay.
Yes, and now it's reading the correct time once more. Did you find an acceptably sunny location there, Nix?
And she can look into it.
What?
She can
Yes.
survey her domain.
From the comfort and dignity of indoors, because she's a strictly indoor kitty. Are you going to be wanting to throw more than one tulip cup?
Yeah, probably so feel with the.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yawniness?
On this. After all, I don't think I slept more than 8 hours last night.
There's some days, it's like, I slept hard. And thus you wake up tired?
It is good, yeah.
It's not like you haven't had your coffee.
You never know it though. Watching the green line bounce.
Are you having fun with the audio line?
Yeah. I'm just waiting for the water. For the warm water.
It hasn't even started making sound.
I know.
Yeah, the sides aren't even warm. It'll be a moment.
Very cold.
Considering you dipped your fingers in and went no.
Nope. Kind of refrigerator temperature. Not good. It's enough to make the joints ache. bubbles back up on their little hooky bits.
What we'll do is I'll go, while we're waiting for the water to heat up, I'll go get the next bag of clay. And maybe I'll pick up the clay pile off the floor right here.
Yeah, because last week we had a little excitement. Instead of throwing, we had a roof leak. So it was we spent the time we weren't gonna do throwing on doing a little bit of roof repair. There was the moss growing on the roof and it created an avenue for the water to come in. We got that fixed and now it's not leaking anymore, which is good. Come on, water, warm up. Let me check on the water. Meet your pan for right now. Come on, water.
Making sound now, do you want me to dip some of the cold water out of the thing?
Yeah.
So you have a higher proportion of fresh warm water?
That would be a good thing.
Look at the lights coming through the pegboard onto the wall.
Oh, that looks pretty cool.
I was just, hey, that looks cool!
Yeah.
And I knocked that down.
This is what stay on there so well.
Yeah, well.
Okay, so
Yes, I'm gonna. I knock things off pretty back in the pegboard.
yeah. Oh, Bubba. Just woke up sleepy this morning. Isn't it terrible?
It's so frustrating to wake up sleepy.
Yeah. Okay, take a bit of sleep next time. That's warm on the sides.
There. How's it feel?
That's fine. Yeah.
You want me to start taking more water?
Yeah. Because it's about body temperature now.
Yeah, and that's gonna cool off rather quickly.
Yeah.
Due to not only the ambient temperature, but all the heat deficit there's going to be courtesy of the gluten in the bottom of the bucket.
Oh, and the place.
And the clay is cold. It's garage cold, not shop cold though.
Yeah. But not outdoor temperature cold.
Yes.
Or we used to live our clay would freeze sometimes.
Yeah. Interesting.
Surface texture on the clay
Yeah.
before it was used. Sometimes it did funny things too.
Yeah, because there's like weird fissures in some of the clay. More the stoneware because the smoother clays just had a tendency of sealing back up
Yeah.
as they defrosted. I'm cutting you off 2 pieces for the little Middle Eastern mugs. I figure you could do one being more the globy shape and the other one being more the biconical.
Yes. With a corrugated girth.
Which means kind of a pointy belly, yes.
Yes. I know. Oh dear.
Nix, did you have enough sunbeam? Oh yeah, your fur is warm. Right. Cool.
It was really terrible. For a second, I had to think about what a tulip looks like.
Sorry.
Yeah, I see. That's why I said it, because it was funny.
this time dried just fine. Unlike that last
9
time.
times out of 100 it
I mean,
does.
come on. Generally,
That's not the half the cracks.
yeah, generally if a butter bell fails during drying, it's the top half due to the differential thicknesses, not the bottom half.
I know. That was just rude.
This what the heck? Okay, rinse hands. Oh, I'm not gonna like this.
No, that's not
Eh. Cold water.
Why don't you just dip your hands in this water?
Because I'm trying to get a thin coating of the stoneware off before I touch black clay. Oh yes, I should pick that up before I grind it into dust.
You just have to throw this drink in.
Yeah. Suppose what I can do is I can take some of the excess water in the other buckets and add it to this red clay bucket.
Mm-hmm.
It might actually make it so there's more space in the bucket. Actually, there's quite a bit that I'm not being able to scoop up readily with my hands, so just kind of nudge it out of the walkway.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm stealing that bucket.
What?
I'm stealing that bucket.
No, I'm adding water to it, so it's going to start slaking the clay. Just the bucket and we thought of pushing it around through that little gap between the old roof and the new roof up in the attic. As a case of but why is there that little walk plank underneath the insulation, but it doesn't go quite all the way to the gap to get through to the other part of the
Because they ran out of board.
that must be it.
I mean, honestly, you know. Well, that'll be good enough. It's the way things generally work.
Yeah. There we go.
Go. Going to.
I take it that towel was quite solid. I heard the thud.
After all, that's what sound towels make when you throw them, right?
Oh yeah, totally. That's a normal sound for towels to make. Thud.
Covered in clay. There. Squeeze.
I'll wait until there's a little bit more space, but there is like the water just clicked off, so it was boiling water. Just gonna pop off nicely? No, you're not pop. You're plenty dry enough to go with your bat. There we go. It's very much rather hard. I'm like, why aren't you letting go?
Because it's the black clay.
Yeah.
Yep, sterilization will be with the red clay.
Yes.
Now we got our red clay.
And it will be as many large pieces as you have energy for?
We'll see, Sarah. We'll see. Which
Yeah.
not promising anything. You're not putting those words in my mouth. No. No.
Hey, as much as you have energy for might be zero. Zero
There's
is
a lot of red pieces because
I
we're
know.
out of the red clay for a while.
yeah.
And take a good look at it and decide which ones look different.
Yeah. What I should do later today is take this break in the weather, and now that I've cleared some of the walking hazards out of the garage, get these the stuff up here down to the drying rack downstairs.
Is there any things in the way on the floor, family?
Oh, on the floor is a
It's the largest flat space.
yes, it's the biggest shelf in the house. The
Yeah.
floor.
Is that window fogging? Or is there
Yeah, it's foggy.
it's all stinky.
Yes, it's condensation. Because we warmed it up in here and it's still cold out there.
Yes, I know. And it's kind of, is that really condensation or is that actually the window actually that dirty?
No, it's not actually that good.
Why would they do that?
What's the matter, Nix? Is it
That's also
full
what
of drying
it
pottery?
would have to do is be on there just, reflecting
Yeah.
just wrong. You'd actually be able to see the picture window.
Yeah.
It's a shop.
It's a pottery shop. It's not clean.
It'll be clean for about 24 hours after we clean.
Yeah.
So we use it clean.
Yeah.
That's about it. Just play with mud.
Yeah.
How do you want?
And there's times where it goes splatter. Yeah. And people across the room catch high-speed droplets in the face.
That never happens, Sarah.
That sarcasm. Hey, Nix. Are you in your box now? Did I get the heater turned on sufficiently this time? Oh, that was very sweet. I petted her face and then she went, okay, enough pets. Let me sniff your knuckles. Lick, lick. I grew back. Okay.
And now little Easter dishes.
Do you want source material brought up on the screen?
Sure, you bring up some source material.
Okay. Wow, this desktop is so furry. No, don't go full screen. I need what's underneath you. Hey, Nix. What you want? Do you want a shoulder? Oof. No, I take it the answer to that is no. What are you, Nix? What are you doing?
Are you run off with the pen?
Don't step on the keys. Oh no, that's good. I heard clay fall over behind me. Open with, open with. There we go. Welcome back, chat. There's chat. You go there. You can go there. You, after I shorten, go right over
And you can
there.
run on to the,
Bring this up. There!
of course, you could share one of those pictures on.
Yes. And now I have them up so you can see them while I'm doing that. Browse. Now I've got to make that file. Nope. Grabbed the wrong thing.
Grab the thing. That's not good.
No. You know what? I could tell you lock that. That way I can't accidentally grab it again.
Little itty bitty bases.
And relatively small openings.
Yeah. And they're bonus.
Yes. There we go. Even when we're not streaming, there is much talking at the pottery in progress.
What are you after, Nix?
Nothing. Like we believe that one kitty.
Like a little kid.
Is what are you doing? Suddenly she's on the other side of the room.
Pottery on the top. Wait. I was in love with an unevenness because you're squeezing me in, and that's all that's to go somewhere. And it never goes in.
Oh, heck
No,
no.
because
These will go back over here. My apologies for continuously walking between you and what you're trying to look at. It's a piece of clay I heard all over. Like dead.
there we go.
I have to say these plates have been drying slowly. They are not, they're maybe leather hard now.
Oh, that's good.
And you threw them last Wednesday?
Wednesday or Thursday. Well, we've also had a lot of rain.
Yes, we have.
Maybe just a little.
It was Wednesday because you were going to throw more Friday, but then we had emergency roof maintenance to do,
Yeah.
which X-Nay doing that. So instead of throwing, we did lots of paint.
So there.
While I froze myself working on it.
You're just a little wet when you came back to the
I was soaked. About waist level. because the raincoat didn't leak.
And now you can put the other up. So now I'll do one, the other shape. More
Okay,
like
one moment, please. Let me see if I can get that other one up before you finish. Browse. Oop, did I pass it? There. Okay. There we go.
and the other one was all roundy. This one's gonna more or less be, more the biconical shape. It's there's the sharp.
And the part where the two cone parts meet, that little
Yes.
ridge there, that's the corrugated girth. How do we know that?
Tiny.
And Judy Robinson is the as he put it, the pottery specialist. And they went on about the corrugated. You see this fragment here, this little sherd, that is the corrugated girth of a biconical.
Yes.
No, the corrugated girth of a biconical. What is that?
Yeah.
And then we were shared some I think it's some very early potteries, more like Bronze Age pieces from completely different area. But the little museum description label in there said carinated girth. We're like, that's how you spell it. It was a carinated biconical, and they were goblets and
It's this bit right here.
yes. Those off the bats. I need to touch more clay. Okay, so you need a chunk of clay for a goblet.
Yes.
16 to 18 ounce goblet.
We should do a couple of those.
Yes. Oh, yes. We need more than we had before.
Okay. How many do we need?
We need the one for there, and then we had that other order, which is for 3.
So we need 4.
Yes. Minimum. I'll take this.
Just as I look
I'm
up.
sorry.
No, Sarah, it couldn't. Suddenly
shook
it was eclipsed. Splat.
Now we had more space to set clay for it. Mind you, only one of the four goblets gets squashed fairy on bottom. But one of the new orders over the weekend was for another fairy piece, but it's made out of white clay. So
The fairy or the cup?
both.
Okay. That's what I was asking.
Yeah. The whole
I
piece will be
couldn't
made.
remember because I remember part of it was I looked at it.
Yeah. Oh, did you find a good sunbeam?
I just have to get the foot in on this one. And this
That's
guy's
2 pieces. I need to cut 2 more that size.
Sometimes I think they were doing this to see how
How far they can push the materials.
Yeah, because like before it would collapse.
Yeah. Because a lot of those shapes, they got really extreme.
Yeah. And they generally weren't small either.
What?
Some of them were small, but some of them were not very small.
Yeah. Some of them had considerable size. Let's see now, the one with the little Menai people, that one was, if I'm reading that bit correctly, 13 centimeters. Is it like 6-ish inches? But the 4 to 6 high. Can you scroll, please? Apparently no. Yeah, 13 centimeters. And like my brother, I cannot convert this in my head. About 4 3/4 high is the original size for that one.
So this is more or less the original.
And so that one's gonna be, yeah, pretty close to the original size.
Yeah. Some of them weren't small.
No, some of them were like 10 inches high.
Yeah.
Oh. Did the sunbeams warm up that wood sufficiently? Those shelves there are meant for holding the large plaster throwing forms. We've had to rearrange it so that there's space for the cat to do the sprawl thing. That's also the reason why every plaster form
So she doesn't try to
nest on top of the plasters. It's also one of 2 reasons why each plaster has its own drape over the top of it.
What is with it with the plaster? The other ones did that too.
And does plaster feel nice to cat fur? I know. And do they like the curvature that they're sitting on top of? That's not
They
much.
might have to, rearrange the way we have this in store.
Since I spread them out and made the gap on the shelf, that gap she's identified as hers, and she has.
I know, but I mean, it takes up an unnecessary amount of space that way. Is what I'm trying to get at.
It's also the same places that I put them back into when they're
I know.
saying
Just saying.
drying on them.
It's not ideal.
No, it's just the best one that we've come up with to date. You see what's wrong here? The plate's not spinning. It's starting to stick. It's called friction. So basically it wore out the water that was underneath it. Yes.
It works with this clay.
It doesn't work with smoother clays, does it? It just
Doesn't
needed
work
with a slick
It
underneath.
doesn't work with the black. A lot of things don't work.
The black clay is all right. Okay. I should boop that image away because you're not throwing another one of these. You're doing gauntlets now. No, that's not the button. There's the button. And, skulls I need to work on. Alright. So those are the things that need handles. Oh, it must be in that piece of plastic there. Yeah. Hello, Nix. Did you get too warm? She got too warm in the sunbeam.
Look at that.
It's now all wrapped across the chair now. There you go, Nix. You have a camera pointed at you now. Yes. Did you get toasty? You starting to get used to the colder winter temperatures in here?
Poor kitty. Like the people, you've got to acclimate to the changing of the seasons.
And the weather pulled a very binary maneuver on us this year. It's like, so, about it being kind of, a moderate, unremarkable temperature. Yeah, you're done with that. Now.
It's not quite so gradual a change up here.
No.
It just isn't.
It just isn't, no.
You just wake up one morning, oh, by the way, fall.
Boom. Fall temperatures.
And we're going to rain for the next 4 months.
Yeah.
Well, for a change, we might do something a little more interesting than just mere rain.
I feel sorry for the people south of us who had the tornado warning.
Yeah,
Oh, excuse me, what?
And also north of us, too.
Yeah. It's like, what's the little red cone-shaped swirly thing on the weather map?
Yeah, the only thing I could think of is, yep, that's what it was. Well, it's some pretty clouds up there.
I find that ominous. Oh, look, pretty clouds.
Yeah. You know what Enum Cloud means.
Devil wins.
It really shouldn't be all that surprising that there's the occasional very brief tornado.
Yeah.
It's Native American word,
Yeah.
which means
For the area.
for the area, which means that it's nothing new.
Yes. Now I need the tool's name gnomes.
It's kind of like, It's not something new in the last couple of decades. He's like, oh, it's also, yeah, Enumclaw. And then someone else says, well, you know what Enumclaw means, don't you? No, what?
Definitely. Ah, I see. That's why you guys there's kind of unpleasant wind in this area. Gotcha.
Yeah, because the wind can only be something there. Well, when we're at the games there, we
Always opt for indoor spaces.
yeah, after the first couple of years of doing that there. That's the weather. Well, wait 5 minutes. If you don't like it, it'll change. Be something else.
Roll the dice again.
It's
It's been 15 minutes. The randomizer has come up again. It might be the same, or it could be, radically 180.
Like the one year we were there, minutes, we got there, it was, then we were marking the grade that morning, it could be fog, it could be clouds. It's okay. Then all of a sudden, people are coming in soaking wet.
We were indoors.
We were indoors.
And apparently that building had, well, between not only the insulation of the roof, but also the loud music from the stage,
Upper half of the building.
we
Yeah.
weren't readily hearing the downpour.
Oh, yeah. So that was something.
But being the Pacific Northwest, people were like, oh yeah, don't worry. It'll probably pass in a few minutes and then we can go back outside. We'll just show up in here for now.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Let's do it. Go inside. Also less setup in Ontario.
Yeah. Because you don't have to do the awning. You don't have to do the structure overhead.
Yeah. Which you really want.
There's no way you're getting away without it, because even if it's not raining,
It's gonna be sunny.
you can bake all day.
Yeah. We're kind of things that have feelings.
Yeah.
And all the Halloween games that were done, there was only one time that it was an unhappy crowd. It was kind of, whoa, that was so weird.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's a large game, a small game, weather is miserable. People are usually happy to be there.
Yeah. Or the fact that it'll, even though some of them have Scottish in the title, it becomes an event where it's the celebration of
Anything Celtic.
anything Celtic or culture from the British Isles.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just simply from the British Empire. Because it's like, okay, that's Scottish. Victorian, yes.
Yeah, you get the things that are kind of like, so what kind of pottery sells best
Culture.
at a Highland Games?
Cultural.
Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
Go
and
figure.
the Greek.
Yeah. Mediterranean.
Yeah. I thought about sitting on the left, decided not.
Which is what's really interesting.
Yeah. Don't understand precisely why that is. But people come to a Highland game for culture.
Some people are happy if something's made locally, and other times it's
They
it's
prefer
not imported. Never mind.
Yeah, they're not interested if it's not been imported. Or the ones that go look at us and go, well, we can clearly tell that you're from the British Isles. Or the ones that'll even say that we have a bit of an accent still. And it's like, actually, we grew up in the California Bay Area.
Well, when we do the Pleasanton games, grew up the next town over.
Yeah. Most of them, they think that's cool.
In which case, we're local. They want to buy the local powder.
Yeah, despite the fact that
We don't even live in California anymore.
no.
Or the ones that would try to tell us the tourist attractions for the
For the Tri-Valley, and I'm like, no. Just, no. Nope.
Oh, but how long have you lived there? Oh, 10 years. Really?
Wow.
Yeah. It is just like,
Yeah. So, how quaint.
oh, that's cool. I grew up here. I haven't lived here in a while.
No. At that point is when we haven't lived there in over 10 years.
Yeah.
Itchy nose. There.
I just don't want to go anywhere once you're there.
No.
I hate Pleasanton traffic.
Yeah.
People like being like,
Wow, you are from there, aren't you? What do you mean? The traffic's not that bad. And he's like, I don't know where you're from.
it's good. Eh? Hate
What?
hate Hopkins Road.
Oh, it's Hopyard. The thing is growing up, it's always heard of it. It's Hopyard. I was like, it's called Hopyard Road. I'm like, is that the prefix? The suffix to it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It could have been changed to Boulevard, but I didn't think it's Hopkins Road. That's how it's always referred to.
Okay. There's some.
For the longest time, there's nothing but cow pasture.
It's
Until
one of
you
those,
reached up towards that Safeway.
It was one of those roads that you never ever referred to with its it's on Hopyard. It didn't need anything else after that. Unlike
There used to be a sign that was in that first part before the first major crossroads there. And it said, Pleasanton, a city planned development. It was this big sign. It was so funny.
fun. Apparently Mr. Scully is starting to come off.
It was
Off,
like,
off, off.
I
Come
don't
on.
think they had a clue as to what planned development was.
No, we've been and now live in city and had much more focused development.
Yeah. But
One skull half sculpted. Next one. I'll put the order form that has the fairy on it with the goblet. And it was actually the one on top. So with that one, wait, because that order's already been made. This is the cut for it. It's going to be the fairy. The skull is in progress. Leaving only the pitcher. The 60 to 80 ounce pitcher left to do for that order.
let's get to that. We'll try that one next. That would
Okay.
finish that one.
That would finish that one off, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's a boat. you're peering at me from over that?
She really likes it.
Yes. I didn't realize that we were making a cat runway up there.
Yeah.
We were going to use those shelves for other things.
You know, to a certain degree, it would be better to put shelves there instead of that table.
We could end up rehoming that and replace it with shelving.
Yeah.
Because we use that space more as a chest high shelf. We occasionally work at it, but we've migrated most of our working down here.
Because there's chairs. There's only one chair for
Also, the person who sits there and works facing the window rather than facing the room.
Yeah.
You sit with your back to the room.
Yeah.
And we don't generally go for that.
Yeah. Does that make it's a nice work table?
I mean,
Thought that would be really
it's a nice
right
workbench.
there.
It fits beautifully, but yeah, I think that it'll be rehomed to another situation.
Yeah.
There might be a skirt down there. It could go into
Yeah.
the little shop building.
The shed.
Yes, the shed. Currently a garden shed. It's got other plans in its future.
Oh, you can't get things set up.
Yeah. All the garden tools that are in there right now get rehomed.
To something that just
Yeah,
owns
to
garden tools.
yes. Particularly large, awkward things like lawnmowers and stick tools. Like rakes and shovels, stick tools. I mean, I suppose there's those brackets on the back of the shed. We might be able to just put some of the stick tools on there, the really long ones.
Yeah. You could do that.
And then we get some of the things in there out of the way. I forgot to put a nose on it. Hey, I remembered now. Because I was like, and next I need to wait. I didn't do that on the other one.
Oh dear.
Oops.
It smells new even, right? Ugh, I hate it with my arm.
Oh.
Okay.
Right now it's got one of those leopard noses where, it's just sunk back into the face.
Yeah, that's it.
Come here, Scully Skull. Yeah, you totally are.
He's a leper.
Yeah, he's a leopard at the moment. Well, add that he's also got the features are ill-defined and rounded because it's just stage 1 sculpt.
Oh, wouldn't that be creepy to make a leper skull?
I mean, we could. There's enough documentation available to.
I know.
Don't want it.
Gee, I wonder if anybody'd be interested in a leper skull to drink from. Kind of funny, wouldn't it?
Okay, you added 2 drink from, and that just gets to.
I know. That's what these are.
They're drinking vessels.
Yeah. There we go.
There. Now he has the start of a. Now he has the start of a nose. The other option is Phantom of the Opera. This is the no nose there, but
Yeah.
okay. In fact, actually, going forward, this skull. I'm not talking about, drinking out of the skulls of people with terminal diseases.
Yeah. Oh. What do you want?
Tangents.
Okay.
Oh, you have one more piece of clay.
2 gobbles. Gobble, gobble. Gobble, 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 gobble.
Which reminds me, one of the other things we're going to do today is actually to acquire a turkey.
Venture forth and acquire a turkey.
Gotta go deal with humans.
Or we could do that.
We
Early when there's nobody.
we can always do that. When does the storage place open?
9.
9.
We want to do that today.
Yeah. They're not really even in the same direction, anyways.
Yeah, really.
No, like that means we've got to go out 2 days in a row. We've got quite the smear of clay on the side of your nose. Oh well. I realize that I feel like I'm hiding behind the bag of clay working in the skull. It's all hidden behind this.
I don't want anybody to see what you're doing.
No, it's hiding skull.
You're scoping around.
And I wave my tool at you. Okay. Round up the back of the skull symbol. There we go. Now it's less bowl shaped and more skull shaped. Whoop! Drop a piece of clay time. 3. Now you need clay. Because you're going to want about that much clay, right?
Yeah, it could be a big clumpy piece.
Now do something completely different.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Kind of clay. How hard does it bottom out on the scale? Let's see if I can get the white balance to readjust on this thing again. There we go. That's a little bit better. It's very glary outside today.
There seems to be
Or
more clouds heading
nose is
in.
crooked.
There.
always looks a bit vaguely like a soup can at certain stages when you bring the larger pieces.
Right. Yeah, I can see that. This gets the,
Yes.
also the fact my hands aren't that big. Means I'm really putting my back into it.
Yeah. There's really neat.
Now that it's all centered, in this case, it's slightly different than your cut.
For one thing, your thumbs can't get to the bottom, can
Well, I meant the depth my thumbs can get.
they?
Look how far up my fingers still are up the side. Now that I have it all open, you can use the fingers of one hand to push down, and I'm supporting the side with the other hand. Would be helpful to be able to see from above with this part though.
Okay. Okay,
Because if I
everybody,
didn't
the
really
camera is
just
there. We go.
have my hands put together.
I like you're doing a butterfly in shadow puppets.
Oh, yeah. And moving the hands together and moving up slowly. Holding pressure on the outside and pushing with the inside hand. Other than that, it's pretty much the same except for the scale.
It's not like I added anything to it.
Oh, good, yeah. So just. No, could have just been
A surface texture thing?
yeah.
Hmm.
Not really sure. Of course, it gets to the point where my thumbs aren't that long. I can't really touch. Until the hand gets a little further up. There's a air bubble. That seems to have worked itself out.
Oh, good.
No, that's good. No, there really was one. No, it's one that does.
It wasn't your imagination. There truly was an air bubble.
As if you could hear the.
I couldn't hear it from where I was.
It's kind of close to my face.
Yeah, just a bit. Just a bit. Let's see if I can get skull number 2 off of its bad way to be thoroughly wrapped in plastic.
As you see, this bit right here.
That's where the air bubble had been.
Yeah, just look at that.
Yeah. Skull blank. Stage 1 sculpt. One of the benefits of having things in various stages at all times is that they have a chance to rest and get used to their new shapes.
It really is helpful to do things in stages, because that way you're not fighting the clay.
So when people ask us, well, how long does it take you to make X piece? And it's okay, do you mean the total amount of time that we're actually touching the piece?
Or the amount of time in between steps
Yeah.
that you have to wait.
The time period between starting the throwing and piece coming out of the final
Pretty much
firing.
a basic cylinder. It's still like
Oh, yeah.
So I just have to, from these sharper ribs, it's from using my fingers rather than my entire hand. I can get clay to move faster that way. So you can see how it's getting taller.
Okay, at this point, should I move the camera back down?
Yeah.
Because now, let's see. There, make it level again.
This hand is just
Going up. Because now you can see those sharper rings that your fingertips are leaving.
yeah. You don't want to press too hard or you could put your finger through the side. That's why I have my hand like this on the inside.
So
I'm
your
doing-
fingers are basically working against your outer fingers are working tips against the flat of the other fingers.
And you can tell by the pressure if there wasn't the resistance, I'd be putting my fingers through the side of the vessel.
Or collapsing it into a wrinkly mess around your arm.
And that would be bad.
Yes.
Eventually I'm gonna have to cut that bit off.
Yeah.
but I'm getting it taller first, so I waste
less clay.
because you notice that it's now half the thickness that it was.
When pieces like that, it takes me more than a minute or two to throw.
Yeah. Let's see now. The design that's going on this is that
I'm starting to do shape.
it's going to have the stencil style dragon on it.
Okay. So it'll have to be smoother.
But I was going to say, the last time you threw one of those, you did throw it all in one piece, and it was just like giant S side, vaguely in shape.
Yeah.
More extreme than an S side cup.
Now it's getting to be a little bit more than just a big cylinder.
It's kind of in shape right now. It's like a really giant mug.
Big mug.
Big. Because it's like, okay, finish that light sculpt on the skulls. What else could I do? I'm like, oh yes, there's the heater shield shaped cabochons I need to make for Greek crafts. To have the Maryland flag on.
That's what I was thinking. Next time I'm throwing, I have a new shirt with me.
Oh.
It's got the Maryland flag on it. And it says,
Really?
He's going, it was too small. And I go, oh, that's great. Because it was, and he's going, goes, here. Yeah. Put it over the shirt I had on, and it actually, it's an extra large t-shirt. Right?
Yeah,
T-shirt.
it just
It's red with the Maryland flag on it. And I go, oh, that's great. It'll be great for,
it's hey, check it. Check this out. Yes.
yeah.
The shield shape is like the one shape in the cabochon that didn't have. I was like, dang. It fit rather well on the teardrop shape, which is more like Norman shield shape. Is that the big teardrop shape shields? I think that's Norman. It's the style you see on the baby tapestry. 60 to 80 ounces. Yes. So, in other words, kind of half gallon?
Yeah, it's like 2 liter bottle size.
I was gonna say I could
2 to 3 liter. Yeah,
I can bring up a
even
gallon jug to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big enough piece.
But also the shrinkage.
Yes.
After a lot allow for shrinkage. It's only like 11% shrinkage.
Which means that if a piece is like 11 inches high, it means you're gonna lose a full inch.
Yeah.
It doesn't make as big a difference when, say, you're making a little mini cup.
Yeah.
But once you get into the larger pieces, it starts getting very noticeable.
Yeah. So basically, if I want it to be the 60 to 80 ounces, I want it to be more this size when it's first thrown.
Yes.
That way it should shrink down to being about 80 ounces.
Yes.
And depending on how much, the clay will have a slight range to it.
Yeah.
This one's a little less of a
Variable?
range.
There's some clear ones.
You don't have to worry about the top being perfectly even because I want to put a spout on it. And what you do is you take the high side.
And that's the side you pull into a spout.
Yeah.
Fudge. There's that one blade tool that the blade slides out of really easily.
Yeah.
And I go to clean the blade by running my fingers along and I tear the blade right back out of the handle again.
Uh-huh. Just do this. And instead of using my fingers right now, I can get a broader surface with the edge of the.
What I can do for some of the throwing on this one is rather than having the camera there, shoot it more around where your hands are. There we go.
Into about the right thickness. And now I'm working on the shape.
I know what I forgot to do when we were coming out here. Turn on the light. That's why it's the base camp part of it looks so dark.
Of course.
Cause I'm like, that's funny. It looks different than it's done the last couple of times. I wonder why that is.
And now, see how there was that little itty bitty spot? Now look how stretched out it is. That's how much the clay moves. I'll do that. I'll do this to make this go in.
it just clipped back on again.
Oh, it's cold outside.
Yeah.
I'm only supposed to get to like 50.
That's supposed to be the high for the day.
Yeah.
Fun.
With the clouds going away, it's letting all the heat out.
Yeah.
I'm getting water down the bottom. That's an uneven texture off the top by just running the tool along the top. Now I'm gonna have to round it out.
Yeah, because you don't want that kind of sharp edge.
The unevenness of that edge either. It's the same as with the mugs, you just use the webbing between your fingers. Oh, I managed to get some red lip on the side.
Now look, wonder where that managed to come from.
Probably the sponge.
Ah, makes sense, yeah.
That's there. Now I can
Pull the spout.
the spout. There we go. And now it just has to sit and dry some. I'll put the handle on it.
Okay, so I
And
need
get
to.
it off the wheel head. That's one of the new bags.
Oh, the water catcher is pulling over.
Here, there should be a little bit left. This is right.
One of the back pins. And now pieces for urns.
And where's the handle?
It's on the table over here. Sorry. Oh.
Down. Those all the ones on that one.
So we have an empty sheet that needs to be taken off it?
Yeah, this one right here.
Okay.
Looks like this might be a good place to stop.
Okay, so we're just,
Yeah. That way.
we did other things than urns today.
Yeah.
But